Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So let me introduce myself. My name is Raih Nabi, and you can call me Abi. And so guys, have you ever felt unable to get a TOEFL score above 500? If the answer is yes, this may indicate that you are not confident in your English skills, even though the TOEFL test is one of the most important tests to master. It's not without reason. The TOEFL is used to measure an individual's ability to communicate in English, both orally and in writing. But don't worry, you're not alone. There are many out there who can speak English verbally, but their TOEFL score is below 500. How come? There are many factors, which often happens because he doesn't master all skills. In addition, in the TOEFL test, there are also some questions that must be completed quickly, so therefore, you also need to be able to efficiently and effectively do your time. If you don't manage time during the test, you will definitely lose the opportunity to work on other questions. Good news for you, mastering the TOEFL is a skill that can be trained, of course. There are many people out there who can get a score of 500, even more. There are several tips and tricks for getting a high TOEFL score above 500. Among them are: the first is the skim and scan technique will help you read quickly. This technique is very often used during the EALTS test because this one technique can help shorten reading time as well as obtain important information properly. Well, skim itself means sorting out the paragraphs that are needed or those that are not needed. Well, scan is looking for the important points needed in the paragraph. Now, to do this technique is very simple. You only need to find keywords in the question, that search for these keywords in the text, find the paragraphs, and cross out the paragraphs that don't have keywords. After that, read the important points in the paragraphs, such as a person names, number, year, and so on. The second is, please read the question and answer option before starting the listening section. The next trick. You have to be able to make the best use of your time in the listening section. In the listening session, what do you mean? When the test comment is read by the narrator, you can immediately focus on reading the question and choices that have been written. This way, you don't have to spend time focusing on reading and listening at the same time when the questions start, because the comments that the narrator reads are already written on the text, so you don't need to listen to them, so you can get more information about the question that might be asked and which answer might be correct. And the third is, recognize the question sentence structure in your opinion. Where is the most difficult part on the TOEFL? From the opinion of several people, they stated that the structure and written expression section were the most difficult. We say difficult because this section concerns linguistic rules or grammar in English. Many tips and tricks for this section are taught when you take English courses for the test preparation. Well, one of the easiest ways for this section is to identify the subject and verb in the problem, because basically English sentence will always have a subject or predicate or verb. If you get a question that is missing one of these components, then you can look for the missing component in the answer choices. And the fourth is, expand vocabulary. The listening test is usually in the form of recording of someone's explanation in front of the class. Well, reading the text given is an academic text or paper. Therefore, you must be prepared to learn words or terms that are often used in the academic field. With the tips and tricks, you may find it easier to identify and interpret the words that are given or mentioned. 5 is learn expression and idiom that are often used in everyday life. The last tips and tricks are no less important. Expression and idiom are phrases or sentences whose true meaning cannot be predicted based on the word order. For example, like the phrase on the same page. If translated into Indonesia is on the same page, but the real meaning of the phrase is of the same meaning. Obviously, the different, right? Exploring expression and idiom can be through a special dictionary or by reading often. So that's all from me. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.